All hail King Rafa. Super Owl has officially been pardied. Woo! Oh gosh, you got to enjoy yourself. Enjoying myself is exactly what I was doing last night. A fantastic result. Oh my god, 4 games unbeaten for a Newcastle United fan. Something that's unheard of in recent years. But again, can you believe it is happening right now? Rafa, you're an absolute genius. God knows why we stuck with McLean for so long. Please stay next season. We need some of this. Hopefully, it'll be in the Premier League. I can't see us going down to the Championship now. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself because I know we're only out of the relegation zone by a matter of points, or points, should I say. But at the same time, got to enjoy it while it's here. And again, fantastic feeling, fantastic game, sold out crowd. Absolutely just besides myself in with joy because, again, this game was, I know he's going to say so cliche, but again, a must-win game, especially against Alan Pardew as well. And again, his smuggling was completely wiped off his face. And again, wow, what a feeling! What a feeling! Getting into the game anyway, the teams lined up similar to what I suggested. The only real changes was Wijnaldum coming in for Perez, which again, he had a great game as well, full of energy, full of running, full of legs. And then Perez came on later on into the half and added a bit more quality that we needed going forward as well. Palace didn't start with Zaha in the end. I think he missed out due to injury. So I think it was Punchin and obviously Balassi played, and MacArthur played as well, who had a hand in the 5-1 defeat against Palace earlier on in the season. And again, the game got started not to the best of starts. You could see Palace's game plan was to wind us up and get the crowds back up, and all the time all you could hear is boos and hisses from us as well. And again, that's their game plan. That was their plan A, sorry, should I say. The only problem was with Pardew, as Newcastle fans, United fans know best, is that he doesn't have a plan B. And when we went a goal up, he didn't know what to do with himself. He just chucked on substitutes, but didn't have a plan, which is fine because again, this time we don't need to suffer like we have done in previous years when he's done something similar at Newcastle. Anyway, as I said before, the real chances of the half probably fell to Balassi. He had a couple of shots, one from about 30 yards out, which went narrowly over the bar, and the second one was well saved by Darlow, who had a fantastic game as well. But we'll get more into that later on. In terms of Newcastle, the only real chance that we had was from Chancel Mbemba, of all people, who struck it from about 35 yards out. Well saved by Hennessy, pushed it wide. And again, first half, the real talking point really was when the teams went in and those cheerleaders came out. Probably that was the only talking point I can remember out of the first half, apart from those 2 things that happened, or 3 things that happened. Getting into the second half where the main action happened. And again, we basically got going after that. We just thought, you know what, they're going to keep wasting time, and then we took it to them as well. We took the game to them, and rightfully so. Cisse still had another frustrating game, and I thought of all games that you're going to play, you're going to love to play against Palace because, again, your record's pretty decent, but again, he just looks like Bambi on ice, skidding all over the place, can't hold up the ball, not linking in with his wide men or people around him, and then again, finally he got taken off for Mitrovic, and again, it just changed the game again. Instantly when Mitrovic came on, he held the ball up, laid it out wide, just did what a normal front man would do. And again, it's still shocking why Mitrovic doesn't start ahead of Cisse, but needs must anyway. We still won, so I'm not going to be too negative on that part. But anyway, getting into the second half, started off fantastically well, and again, I believe it's Townsend with a nice lung bursting run which got brought down by Scott Dan, and then from about 30 to 35 yards out, I thought, before he stepped up to take it, I got my phone out. I was like, yeah, something's going to happen here. I just had a feeling, got my phone out thinking, yeah, he's going to score this one, and he just bent it so beautifully round. There was about 6 people in this wall as well, bent it around him into the top corner. Oh, fantastic feeling, especially when it was sold out St James's Park as well. Everyone was going nuts around me. Bent in the top corner, and again, this guy's been immense since we signed him for, I believe it was an absolute bargain at 12 million. I believe that's what's his 4th goal. Absolutely fantastic sign as well. And to be honest with you, I know I'm a Newcastle fan and I'm biased, but again, if he doesn't get into the England team, especially in his position as well, with the amount of wide players that we have for the England team, I'll be scratching my head looking at Roy Hodgson thinking, hold on a minute, mate, have you lost your marbles here? Because what he offers to a team is absolutely phenomenal as well. Fantastic goal, 1-0 up, and again, to be honest, with all the play that we've been playing with as well, again, totally deserve it. Then on, obviously, Palace had to come with a plan B of some sort and had to start playing as well. Less of the time wasting, and again they went up the other ends, caused a bit of havoc, obviously with Balassi with his pace, and again we didn't do enough in my book to cut him out because again we should have doubled up on him with Anita and Townsend. Obviously, I know with doubling up, it does allow other players to have play and possession as well. Like Kabay, he did pretty well in the game as well. But all in all, we should have kept more of a defensive kind of stalemate at trying to isolate Balassi, push him out wide further rather than let him come inside. Because we all know what he can do, what he's capable of when he comes inside, and obviously showed that in the first half. Leading on to the other big talking point of the game, obviously, was the penalty. Corner kick came in. I believe it's Scott Dan who went up for the header as well. And then Musa Sissoko jumped with him. He had his hand up like he was in school. You know when you're trying to get the teacher's opinion or teacher's attention in school, went for it like that. And again, it was an obvious handball. I couldn't see it from my side because I was all the way at the other end in the Lees' end. But again, handball, clear as day. And again, Johan Kabay steps up and he was getting abused all game, and rightfully so. You only get cheers and applause if you're playing for the opposite team if you've left on good terms, and he certainly didn't. Poor penalty, but I'm not going to take it away from Carl Darlow. Fantastic save, nonetheless. Pushed it wide to his left. Fantastic save, and that save could be worth so much in terms of money, in terms of confidence, in terms of everything. Just that save. Obviously, the free kick was fantastic, but that save, especially for that boy's confidence as well. Oh my gosh! Especially when Elliott and Krul come back in contention as well, he's definitely put himself in a good place. Whether we be within the Championship or the Premier League next season, fantastic save that guy. From there, we could have actually gone on to win it. Even more by a bigger margin, should I say, when Perez came on. Perez came on for Wijnaldum, as I said earlier before, when he was through on goal. Again, that kid's decision making is not the best because again he was through on goal, last ditch challenge by I believe Delaney or Dan, when he could have just squared it to Townsend, and I believe Rafa Benitez told him that after the game when I saw his arm around his shoulder, saying probably he should have squared that, but could have won it with that chance. Could have won by a bigger margin, sorry, should I say, and also with the chance of Shelby as well at the end there, but he just didn't have the legs, and I believe it's Suarez who kept caught up to him in the end. But all in all, fantastic performance by everyone. Darlow, Lascelles probably going to get the plaudits, and especially Townsend with the goal, and rightfully so. But for me, my man of the match probably is Cheikhou Tiote because he had a fantastic game, just did everything nice and simple like he did when he first signed for the club. And I believe that's the reason why we didn't have too many problems from their central midfield areas because Kabay could have been running the show. But again, Tiote just clearing up, just coming in, clattering people like he did before. And for me, that's my man in the match as well. Obviously alongside Darlow and Townsend. Up next is Aston Villa. And again, they could cause us problems. Obviously, they've got nothing really to fight for because obviously they're relegated already. But the main thing that they probably do have to fight for is their individual contracts, whether they want to be playing for Aston Villa next season in the Championship or elsewhere in the Premier League or abroad as well. So again, let's not write them off completely. It should be an easy game because obviously they're bottom of the league and rightfully so. But at the same time, they could cause to be a problem next week. If you like the video, as always, you know what to do, people. Like, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. And again, we've got 3 more points. That's the second win for Rafa. That's 9 points since he's joined. And again, onwards and upwards. Let's survive in this Premier League. Peace.